Welcome back to Your Comments Matters. I'm your host, Carol Love, and today's video is coming from CBS Evening News, where we're continuing our shows about the healthcare changes that's taking place right now in this new year that the bill passed in 2025. This title of the video is called Medicaid Cuts in Spending Bill Spark Alarm for Millions of Nursing Home Residents. So we have some great comments from some of the commenters that saw this video months ago. And so we have some commenters, Linda, Trav, Lawrence, and Shelby are going to share their thoughts and comments when they saw what's going on with the spending bill in conjunction with the health care system when we're speaking of Medicaid paying for the nursing home residents. And I can speak to that because my mother was in a nursing home facility years ago, many years ago. She's deceased now. And at that time, my husband and I were working. We had small children. So we wasn't able to take care of my mother in our home. So we found a nice nursing home facility for her, took great care of her. They loved her. She loved them. And without Medicaid, we don't know what we would have done because there's no way we would have been able to afford to care for my mother. So we thank God for facilities as the nursing home cares provide for our elderly where we are now. And if any of you watching this show and you're over 65, you could be in one of these facilities coming in the near future. So take a look at the video and we're going to see what has to be said about this issue. Let's take a listen.
Controlled Senate today passed the president's massive tax cut and spending bill. According to the nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, the plan would add $3.3 trillion to the federal deficit over the next 10 years. Because spending outpaces tax revenue, the government will have to borrow, and future generations will have to repay with interest. $3 trillion is a big number, so here's one way to think about it. There are about 97 million cars in America. If you wanted to buy every single one of those cars, you could do it with $3.3 trillion, and you'd have $400 billion left over for maintenance. In more practical terms, $3.3 trillion divided equally amounts to $25,000 for every household in America. Some of the biggest cuts in the president's bill will affect Medicaid. The joint federal-state program covers care for about 6 in 10 nursing home residents. Reporter Caitlin Huey-Burns has that story.
Jason Barrett visits his 94-year-old grandmother, Ruth Rainey, at the Martinsburg Healthcare Center in West Virginia as often as he can.
What does she mean to you?
Well, she means everything.
Medicaid,
like all of our grandparents do, don't they?
Rainey's care, putting her
Our mothers,
77%
fathers,
of West Virginia nursing home residents who rely on it.
77%.
Nationwide, that number is 63%. But that funding could be cut by roughly $1 trillion by the massive spending bill now in Congress. The concern is those cuts could lead to reduced staffing and tightened eligibility requirements in long-term care facilities nationwide. The House version of the bill would require states to fill the funding gaps, and some
States ain't got no money.
If there are changes
They do
or
nothing.
cuts to Medicaid, are you concerned about your ability to operate? I would be.
Nancy Mason runs the nursing home where Ruth Rainey lives.
It helps to meet our operational expenses, everything from pharmaceuticals to food to utilities to recruitment of staff, you know, all of our wages.
Essentially, everything that helps keep this place running and serving
Comes from
residents
Medicaid,
here
comes from federal government.
on
And
that
now they
funding.
want to cut
A
it.
large portion of it, yes.
We have to get to a place where we're balancing our budget again. I don't think we do that on the backs of nursing home residents.
Barrett isn't just a concerned grandson. He's also a Republican West Virginia state senator.
If the federal government changes the way that they contribute to the Medicaid program, essentially, do you think West Virginia can pick up the gaps?
Pick up those gaps entirely? No, I don't believe so. A complete backfill of cuts to Medicaid would be very crippling to our state budget.
Now, the bill's passage in the Senate today is really just one hurdle. Now the hard work begins. Before it can even get to the president's desk, it first has to go through the House. And some key Republicans over there say that they're opposed to it at this point, with a vote expected tomorrow.
All right, everyone, you heard it right there. You saw the conditions, what's happening with the nursing home facilities. If they don't get the funding that they need, they're going to go under. And where are these people going to go? And like I share my story, can they come live with you? And if they do come live with you, somebody's going to have to quit their job. And today you need 2 incomes just to make ends meet. So let's get into the comments and let's see what our commenters that we mentioned earlier to see what they have to say. And you might just agree with them or you may not. And we will only know if you make your comments known right here in our comments section. Let's take a look at the comments, shall we?
A Republican-controlled Senate today passed.
All right. So our first comment is coming from Linda. And Linda says, I don't want to hear a single Congress member who voted for this to preach about their Christianity. It's cruel. Ooh, Linda, you got 879 likes on that comment. What about you, Vera? Do you agree with what Linda just said? Let's take a look at Trav. Trav said, man said this wouldn't affect elderly or disabled, yet it's affecting the elderly and the disabled. Exactly. You see how these politicians are? They get on camera and they'll tell you one thing. Oh, no, it's not going to hurt anyone. It's going to be all right. But then again, on the other end, behind the scenes, it is affecting your loved ones. It is affecting us senior citizens. I'm a senior citizen. And one day I may have to go to a nursing home facility. I don't know, what the future holds, with my children and grandkids, will they be able to take care of me? I don't know. So this is why we have the nursing home facilities for such situations as this, like I had in my mom's case. Let's take a look at Lawrence, what Lawrence had to say. Lawrence says, disabled, working to survive and still can't effing survive. What the hell are we supposed to do? Great question, Lawrence. And you got 168 likes on that comment. Exactly. What are we supposed to do? What can the disabled people do? They can't work. What can they do? They need facilities to be able to give them their medicine, to help them, with the food and care and shelter. They need places such as this. So great comment, Lawrence. Let's take a look at Shelby, our last commenter. Shelby says, a Republican senator that voted for Trump is worried about his grandmother. Go figure. Move her in with you and don't freaking cry about this damn bill that you voted for when you voted for Trump. Ooh, now that's a comment, isn't it? Shelby ain't holding nothing back. What about you, audience? Do you agree with Linda, Trav, Lawrence, or Shelby here today? If so, let us know in our comments below. All right. So again, this healthcare system, this situation, 2026 is going to be the year where everything you're going to start seeing the effects of that big, beautiful bill that was passed. All right. That's going to do it for us today. As I always say, I'm going to see you on the next video. Thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to Your Comments Matter, because you might just be on the next video. Take care, and I'll see you soon.